let's talk about this Pixel Fold. Hey everyone, Delvon Digital here, and we're here to talk about the Pixel Fold. Before I make my full review video, I just want to talk about a few things that I've seen floating around on Twitter, social media, YouTube, and everything else. I just kind of want to talk about that stuff right here. So let's just talk about the device not folding flat. I don't know if because I got my unit late versus everyone else, but that issue of folding flat has not really been a issue at all whatsoever. And I heard some YouTubers talk about putting a lot of pressure to it, or pressure that is uncomfortable, but that really don't seem to be the case, as when you open the device up, all you got to do is just open it up and it's pretty flat, just like that. When you just I don't really get the, I'm not forcing it or anything like that. It just opens up straight up flat. I don't know if you can tell from this video right here, but you'll see it in my full review. The next thing I want to talk about is will be in my full review as well, but just the battery in general. The battery life is just, it seems it's the same as my Pixel 7 Pro series. I'm getting somewhere between 8 to 9 hours. I mean, my Pixel 7 Pro I hit about 10 hours at some points, but 8 to 9 hours, and that's been pretty great for me. That's my usage. Keep that in mind. I'm not talking about somebody who's really like a heavy user or a pro level user with these devices, but I'm basic and that's what I'm pushing with mine. So battery hasn't really been much of an issue. One of the other things that was very controversial online was like the bezels around it. So this is my take on it. I'm not trying to defend Google because I can really kind of care less. But what I'm saying is that when I open my Fold or any foldable, I want it to give me a tablet feel, and the bezels actually make it seem like it's a tablet. It feels like it's a tablet when it opens up, and I have somewhere to rest my hands. Now I know that Samsung has their Z Fold and they have palm rejection and all that stuff going on, but when you have bezels, you don't need palm rejection. You can just use it as is. And I like that fact more because sometimes, when I'm holding, when I used to hold my Galaxy S22, was it the 22 and 21? And the curved glass, I still hit the sides and move stuff with my palm because palm rejection wasn't really that great. If you own a Z Fold, you probably don't have these issues that I'm complaining about or talking about, but that's totally fine. But for me, I actually like the bezels. They could be slightly thinner, but I definitely don't want them razor thin because I still want something to grip on, because when I'm holding my Pixel, I'm holding it like this, and I actually watch movies a lot, and I like to grip the sides right here when I'm holding it. So it just makes it a lot easier. And yeah, that's I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, I don't really mind the bezels. So yeah. Now we're going to talk about apps. We all know that apps on Android for larger screens has been terrible since day one, and it's slowly changing. It's changing, but slowly changing. And I don't think that Google should force these apps to stretch across the screen, because if they do that, then what incentive is developers going to do to fix that? I would rather Google kind of push them to fix it and make a tablet version of these apps instead of stretching them across the screen. So Google's little method of how they do it right now, I'm with them, because I'm for the end game. I'm not for the right now. I'm for the end game. I would rather them not force app to stretch across the screen, where that's what I'm going to be dealing with every app for moving forward. But I want them to actually force the developers, or push the developers into a direction of actually making tablet UI applications, not stretching them. Now, other manufacturers who are stretching them, that is totally fine too. I get it. Some people just prefer that as a solution right now, but I'm willing to wait for the proper solution, because I'm an Android guy. I've been dealing with this since the beginning of Android. I'm not going to complain about it now, because I had all the time over the years to complain about apps not fitting on my Nexus tablet or my Galaxy tablet, or even my Pixel tablet now currently, and my Galaxy tablets and stuff. I'm not going to complain. There's no point of complaining now or whatever, because it always has and always will be, for right now, a problem. So the easiest solution right now that a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people on Twitter is not talking about is easily just, you have your, I turned on white mode so you can actually see it, is to just simply just kind of like rotate it. And this right here fixes most apps but not all of them. I will admit, like Instagram doesn't work this way, and I don't really have that. I have like maybe 2 apps on my phone that doesn't rotate properly like that. The rest of them, I don't know. That means, because we're different users, so we're going to use different apps. But I only use Instagram, that doesn't work. But the rest of my apps, oh, my Walmart app, I believe. But yeah, all you got to do is a simple rotation to most of these apps. And oh yeah, the other app is Threads. I'm sorry, that's the one, Threads. So Threads as well, as you can see, all you have to do is just rotate them in portrait mode, because most of these apps are built in portrait mode regardless. So therefore, if you just rotate them into portrait mode, then they're going to fill the screen. And this right here also is not a solution. I hate this solution too, because rotating in portrait just kind of stretches the app, and this is not the solution that I'm looking for. I would rather have an actual tablet interface app or whatever like that, but that's not what we got right now. A proper example would be, let's just use YouTube. It has the portrait version and it has like the tablet version, so this is properly a proper app, for the UI. And another one would be Spotify, of course, having the proper UI as well. So it's just that I'd rather have this than having an app that just stretches across the screen and stuff like that. So yeah, this app issue, just give them some time. If 4 or 5 years later we don't have this, then you can complain like Google, we thought y'all was gonna take it serious and blah 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 blah. Just give them some time, because until now Google has never taken this situation serious. So we have to realistically give them time to get these developers on board and find some type of way to make this happen. Because I mean, think about it, Google's making Pixel tablets and foldables and the new Pixel series, and they're actually advertising and doing things that they never done before. So let's give them that time that Samsung, well, not Samsung, let's give them that time that Apple has over the years developing their apps, because they have it down, they have it on lock, and we need Google to be on that same train. That's all I'm saying. Another thing that I've seen online, I think I've seen it on Twitter, people were kind of talking about it, then I watched like maybe a few videos and some other creators brought it up, but I thought it was really silly. They was complaining about they can't open the Pixel Fold with one hand and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, you see me trying to open it with one hand right now, right? Like, I got to go through all that. But this is the thing, like, it's like you created something silly to say, because if I'm buying a foldable phone, I mean, just think about this. You're buying a foldable phone and you're using it one-handed out here, right? But then when you're ready to use a larger screen, obviously, like, the obvious thing is that you want to open it up and use it with 2 hands, like 2 hands, not one hand. So why create something that does not need to exist by saying that you can't open this thing up with one hand? I mean, that's not the thing. That's really all I'm going to say on that. It was just silly. I just kind of wanted to bring that up, because I thought it was really silly that people are tripping about opening this thing up with one hand. Like, yeah. And the last thing I want to talk about is like the camera. A lot of you are asking like, or saying that the camera is not as good as the other Pixels and all the stuff like that, and the pro levels, and it's probably not. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably not. But as a photographer and as a person who just been taking pictures, just like not thinking about it, I'm just taking pictures, I haven't compared my Pixel 7 Pro to my Pixel Fold yet. I didn't do that yet, because I wanted to make sure that if I walked into this thing using this device, I want to make sure that it feels like the same experience or a better experience than my Pixel 7 Pro. Because when you compare things, that's where things get a little, like, this ain't better than this and this ain't better than that. You just forget how to just enjoy using a device. When you always comparing, it makes problems. So I literally just put my Pixel 7 Pro away, stopped using it, and I use this as my everyday, this is my daily phone, and I just use it like I would use my Pixel 7 Pro. Now, this is all I'm going to say about this as far as the camera goes, because I have more to talk about in my review. But I have not noticed a big difference or a difference at all in the camera when I'm taking pictures. Literally haven't noticed a difference. Now, When I compare these two, yes, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to find differences. But as of right now, just taking pictures of women, me and my wife is hanging out, taking a picture of my kid, taking a picture of just anything in general that I normally do on a day-to-day. I haven't looked at a picture and be like, this camera is terrible. I need my Pixel 7 Pro back. So that's all I have to say about the camera. Literally no difference as of right now. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is just me talking about a few of the things that I've seen people were talking about with the Pixel Fold, and now that I actually own one, I can kind of give you my opinion and my thoughts on that. So just be on the lookout for my full review. It may be up before this video or it may be up after this video. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.